Subscribe and ring the bell to never miss an update. Hello everyone! Today on Lady Mary Beth, we are going new places. We're popping into Sterling Consignments. They are located in Brenham, Texas, a day trip from Houston or Austin, just down the road from the famous Round Top Antiques Fair. Can't wait to take you inside and discover some treasures together. Join me. The Round Top Antiques Fair is starting this week. You'll want to mark your calendars and map out your favorite places and stop by Sterling Consignments as you pass through Brenham on the way to Round Top. They're open Fridays and Saturdays. I'm excited to take you inside and show you some interesting finds with a bit of history, and you'll also notice that the prices are amazing. Welcome to Sterling Consignments. I can't wait to show you the store today. There is lots to discover, and I would like to introduce you to Stephanie, the owner.
Yes, we are always getting things in weekly here at the shop, and we also have estate sales almost on a monthly basis, so be sure and come and check us out.
You'll want to follow them on social media, and I will include all of that in the video description. Let's shop the store. My daughter Mary Catherine has joined me today to visit this shop and discover all the treasures. I am just back from Germany after weeks of thrifting and trying to get over jet lag, and I'm glad that she's with me today. And the table is set with a very well-known American pressed glass pattern, one that you might have in your collection. Would love to hear from you in the comments if this is something that you have in your home. The table is set with the most prolific pattern in U.S. glassmaking history. The Fostoria Company got its start in Fostoria, Ohio in 1887. They soon moved to Moundsville, West Virginia, looking for a new supply of natural gas that was essential in glassmaking. By 1891, this popular pattern launched in 1915. This pattern also gives a texture to the table. You will notice the white dishes with a silver band pair nicely, even though it is a clear glass, for some added interest. Where there is one, there are more. Ice beverages, juice glasses. These are sold as sets and the prices are quite reasonable. Saucer champagnes are becoming more popular, not only for the bubbly, but also for serving a dessert. You could elevate a cupcake in this set of 8 for $25. Over 300 different pieces were made in the Fostoria American pattern. And this would be great for dessert or sipping champagne. One way to identify Fostoria American is the cubist design, and also you want to look for those mold marks. Fostoria American was made with a 3-part mold, and we can see it here on the base. Clear cups and saucers are ideal to pair with all of your dish patterns, perfect for tea time or even after dinner coffee that you might be serving. And these plates are nice for dessert. You can also use them as an underplate, and the price is right. The Fostoria American collection is well priced. I purchased these juice glasses a few years ago at an estate sale, and I enjoy using them for brunch. Perfect for orange juice. A set of 7 for $35. And these dessert plates are ideal. They could even be bread and butter plates, a set of 15 for $45. And let's look for that bottom shelf advantage. One of my favorite finds of the day. I can hardly believe it. You guessed it. It is Waterford Crystal in their top-selling pattern that was #1 in all of tabletop during the 90s and early 2000s. Love the saucer champagnes. A great find with these Waterford Crystal Lismore saucer champagnes, very well priced, a set of 8 for $85. These were inspired by the Lismore Castle with the beautiful wedge cuts and designed by Waterford Crystal's chief designer Miroslav Havel in 1952. Move over continental flutes. I'm loving the saucer champagnes. This one has one of the oldest Waterford stickers that is in existence, made in the Republic of Ireland. This is from the 1960s and 70s. And these look to be unused. I am bringing these home for my friend Michelle. She has recently started collecting the Lismore pattern. Another great crystal find. This is cut to clear. You will notice the cranberry accents, not quite bright ruby, a bit darker. $45. This covered box is oversized and has a partial sticker from Val Saint Lambert, the famous Belgian crystal company. And this is an exceptional price. You would pay much more on eBay or in an antique store. See how it sparkles. I was very tempted, but I wanted to leave something for you to find. And there's that Val Saint Lambert from Belgium. Lots of wonderful glass pieces. I like that ice bucket. And how about some California pottery? Not something we see often in Texas. You could certainly pair this with your white dish pattern. And you could have a wonderful addition, something to brighten it up a bit for your morning yogurt or fresh fruit. And here's that beautiful back stamp, orchard ware, hand decorated, made in California. Vintage California pottery. This orchard ware was made in the 1940s and 50s, often referred to as Hollywood ware. They featured dogwood, orange blossoms, and of course cherries. This is a sweet set, priced at $25. We often talk about the China crystal silver, but how about a sturdy and decorative table to welcome your guests? This has such attention to detail, a great pair of legs with a nod to history. And the price is absolutely amazing. You could host 8 and probably spend less on the table and chairs than you would buying a new set of china. But of course, we like to thrift most things. And look at the price. With 8 chairs and the table, $500. This carved oak table is all about quality and craftsmanship. It is well priced and has 3 extra leaves that are not featured. With the chairs, $500. And there's lots of detail in the legs. Let's have a look. It's all in the details. We see the classic elegance here of the carving, and you'll notice the lion's paw feet. That's something that originated in ancient Greece, Egypt, and Rome. It represents wealth, power, and status. We saw a resurgence of this during the Renaissance and also the Victorian era. This is a great find and would be a wonderful addition to your dining space. A matching buffet. This could stand alone, but if you are purchasing the table and chairs, I would hope that you would keep these together. Lots of attention to detail, especially here above the beveled mirror. Not something we see every day. This stunning sideboard is a perfect match to the dining table. We see lots of the intricate details and classical elements. It's well priced at $650, and lots of great finds here. Let's have a look. It's almost like shopping a department store with some of these brands that we often see in the fine China crystal silver department. With Marquis by Waterford, an all-purpose bowl. It could also be a centerpiece. Waterford Crystal, and even Arthur Court. Some great entertaining essentials here. Some great gifting opportunity here. The Marquis by Waterford Sheridan Bowl. It is 10 inches, footed, and fabulous. Priced at $50. This is a classic pattern. They made vases as well. Love that. And one of the best finds today, a Waterford Crystal creamer and sugar. These are priced separately, $10 for the creamer and $8 for the sugar bowl. You could also gift these separately, but I would tend to keep them as a set. What a great price. This is ideal for syrup, some dessert sauces, and with the bowl, you could place just about anything inside. Condiments, use as a ring dish. A great find. This iris pressed glass bowl would be perfect to fill with chocolates for an Easter present for $5. My mother had this and used it as a syrup pitcher from Anchor Hocking. A cruet set from Fostoria American, not something you find quite as often. Think about the uses for all of these and especially how you can gift them. The sugar and creamer from Fostoria. I have this in my coffee tea bar and use it each morning. I like that it has the matching tray. And this is American Brilliant for $12 with that Hobstar design. It's a work of art. The oval shape is especially pleasing, and I find that it fits on the corners of a table if you're trying to fit in all your serving dishes for $12 with the underplate. A great deal. So many things I could take home today. And the emerald cut to clear. This reminds me of Nachtmann from Germany, but it has a bit of a different pattern on the base. And it is a complete set. Cut to clear Hock wines. These emerald beauties mimic the design of Traube from Nachtmann with that great pattern and the Hobstar design here. These are absolutely beautiful. And with the original decanter, they're priced at $100 for the set. And cut to clear is highly collectible. This all-purpose oval dish would be ideal for a banana split, and I found more in the store. A $5 deal on a highly collectible pattern. Anchor Hocking of Lancaster, Ohio launched the Prescott pattern in their 1960-61 Anchor Glass catalog. They initially debuted with 4 pieces: a large bowl, a hostess tray, platter, and candy dish. Eventually, over 100 pieces were made in this pattern. Just in time for another Waterford Crystal find. And this will fit just about anywhere in your space. This find takes me back in time. The Waterford Crystal cottage clock. This was in their assortment in the mid-90s, and it has what's left of the original sticker, well priced at $25. This retailed for $98 in the 90s, is in perfect shape, and would be great for gifting. Consignment shopping is all about furnishings and collectibles. And this one is probably the most recognizable. Hummel figurines. Berta Hummel designed these drawings made into postcards, which were later discovered by Franz Goebe, a porcelain manufacturer, and the rest is history, made in West Germany. A comfortable sofa that's almost new, and a collection of photographs that is quite cohesive with everything black and white, the St. Louis Cathedral in New Orleans, and the Elizabeth Tower in London. And now let's step into this bedroom space with a sleigh bed, another affordable way to build your space. I love the blue and white. And this screen or room divider is exceptional, made of mahogany with attention to detail and beveled mirrors. It's always a good idea to shop secondhand to style your space, whether you need an extra bed with company coming or perhaps something a bit more decorative and useful with this screen featuring the swans at the top, beveled mirrors. It actually extends your space with the mirrors, some great finds, and also a pair of lamps. The bed is $350, or you can purchase the set for $650 with the nightstands. And you don't always find that when you shop resale to have the complete set. Let's have a look at the pair of lamps. These are torches, which is a great way to Add some uplighting to your space. These are clearly a French provincial design from the 1940s, made by the Artistic Lamp Company of New York. They operated from 1922 to 1982. Now for a collection that is more popular than ever. It's a sea of green with an interesting history. You will probably recognize some of these patterns, and you may not have known that they were actually uranium glass. Uranium glass is more popular than ever. Let's put a black light on it. This is a great deal at $8. I'll tell you a bit about the history of uranium glass. It is made using small amounts of uranium oxide. Uranium was discovered in 1789 by Martin Klaproth. He experimented in using uranium as a glass colorant. It wasn't until the 1830s that it was commercially produced by Joseph Riedel, and he named the yellow and green glass after his wife, Anna Gelb and Anna Grün. Mary Catherine has chosen this Bartlett Collins footed beverage glass for her boyfriend Sean's Easter basket. He has a collection that he's recently started with uranium glass. A footed creamer and sugar and uranium glass. This is a great deal at $25. And with the younger generation, it is highly collectible. They are not necessarily using it for table service. They will buy one piece of a different size and design and create a collection. A familiar pressed glass pattern with an interesting history, made in several colors. The green is perfect for spring. Originally made from 1825 to 1888 by the Boston and Sandwich Glass Company in Cape Cod, Massachusetts. This is a version from the Indiana Glass Company. They did reproduce this in the 1920s and 30s, inspired by Boston and Sandwich Glass. And the Tiara exclusive line was made from the 1960s to the 90s in the Chantilly green. This sherbet dish would have been a premium, something you would have found in a sack of flour or oatmeal, priced at $5, and the local 5 and dime would have had more of these pieces for you to complete your set. This plate is priced at $5. There were many glass manufacturers known for depression glass, such as Anchor Hocking, Jeanette, Federal, Hazel Atlas, Indiana, Macbeth Evans, and U.S. Glass. Cup and saucer for $15, and you can research the manufacturers based on the patterns. This lemon reamer is a deal at $25. I'm seeing higher prices for Vaseline glass in antique stores since it's become quite popular to collect. And this bowl is all aglow under the black light, and a very good price at $30. You probably recognize the box, the Tiffany blue, a pair of champagne flutes, perfect for gifting, would even be ideal for the bride and groom, brand new in a box. Made in Italy. Tiffany originally had their glass and crystal produced by Nachtmann in Germany. And they probably still have some of their intricate bowls made at the Nachtmann factory. A nice selection of fashion jewelry. These vintage pieces are such fun. You could add them to a table runner, centerpiece, or even build some art made of these. $8 is a good price on that brooch. Earrings for $8, they're clip-ons. And vintage jewelry is more popular than ever. And this one has my attention with the rhinestones. Priced at $25. And we'll turn it over and look for the manufacturer's mark. From thrifted to trendy, elevate your outfit with a bit of nostalgia. Vintage pins are such fun to add to your accessories, and we can often determine the maker's mark and history by turning it over. This one is from Kramer. There are other brands you may recognize without even looking for a hallmark, such as the Eisenberg pins with all the rhinestones, and Masse Boucher that we've seen from Jackie Kennedy's collection. If you're looking for a statement necklace, you have found it. And I am eyeing this oval pin. I like the shape, and it looks to be almost brand new, even though we know it is vintage. And something has me turning it over, looking for a maker's mark. Made in West Germany. For $10, I'm taking this one home today. Can never have too many accessories. And a cameo. Also more popular than ever, and some of the stars are now wearing cameos. And this one is a very good price for sterling silver. No longer just an old-fashioned heirloom, cameos are experiencing a resurgence in popularity. This one is set in sterling silver, priced at $100. These are hand-carved from agate, coral, stone, and glass. A contemporary look with these glasses and ikat patterned plates. And some spring inspiration here with this arrangement in the ruffled edge glass vase. That is a newer piece, but vintage inspired. Art glass and a fabulous find with this Waterford Crystal flared vase. It is beautiful inside and out. Priced at $45 with the original Waterford sticker. Many folks keep the sticker on, but it's actually more proper to remove that for use. The Waterford Crystal Glen Fall vase. We see that scalloped rim, and if we have a look inside, it forms a flower. That's a sweet surprise, as we often see with some of the Waterford pieces, including the Lucerne pattern. This one is made in Ireland, $45. Original sticker would make a great gift. How much is that ruby glass in the window? You see how it catches the light and comes alive with just a bit of sun. This would dress up your table for many different seasons and celebrations. And they're sold as quite a few different sets. The bowls are separate, and that makes it a more affordable way to shop if you don't want all the glasses. It might be sold as a set of 4. And you see what a beautiful setting that would be. Stacking the bowl and underplate with even white dishes or even Lenox creamware with a gold band. $50 for a set of 8 glasses. And I'll tell you more about the history of this company and what makes it so affordable. Just waiting for a dish pattern to accompany that. I like the tumblers. These are all-purpose. You can see it is pressed glass. You find those mold marks. Beautiful. Love the ruby. Crystal d'Ancre is made in France. They pioneered the affordable machine-cut crystal. The antique ruby pattern was made from 1999 to 2008. The red color is ideal for many seasons. I like to shop resale for Hummel figurines. The lowest starting price point retail is $100. An interesting shape with this oval pressed glass bowl with attention to detail on the handles and the anchor hocking Prescott pattern. This represents spring with the Battenberg lace and ginger jar. The pink and green colors are inviting and party perfect, especially for a table setting. An interesting teapot, the Omnibus brand from Fitz Floyd with this London man with his umbrella and London Times, and it looks like a pipe for the spout. An aqua blue teapot, $25 for the set. There must be more pieces. The matching creamer and sugar. And I'm seeing stars with this gorgeous pressed glass pattern in the most brilliant color. $20 is a very good price. You will see those mold marks, the seams. Another way to identify pressed glass. This could dress up your table. Such a brilliant shade of blue. The compote is one of my favorite tabletop accessories. The L.E. Smith Glass Company made this colonial blue from 1963 to 1981. It is priced at $20. Some great finds in this store, especially the Waterford Crystal, Fostoria glass, and someone will be lucky to take home this table for such a great price. Another reason to always check your local antique consignment or thrift when you're looking to make a big purchase, because you could save some big money too along the way. Here's a great example. This Beatriz Ball Pearl Nova bowl is $40. And let's turn it over. And it has the retail sticker for $139. Another great idea for home and gifting. So glad you joined me today for Sterling Consignments in Brenham, Texas. We found some great items with a bit of history and a wonderful way to style your space, your wardrobe, and some great gifting. One of my favorite finds of the day, the Uranium glass creamer and sugar. Thanks again for joining Lady Mary Beth. Elevate your everyday with consignment shopping.